Hey guys, it's me again. So here is day 2 of the lesson. Today's objective is today I will reflect shapes over the y and x axis so that I can identify the points of a reflected image and sketch the reflected shape as well. I will know I have it when I can complete my independent practice with 7 out of 10 questions correctly. So, as I did yesterday, I am going to be working on my iPad and you'll see me working on a document. The same document has been shared to you, so you can either watch this video and follow along, or you can watch the video first and then go do it. And again, I'll post the answer key in tomorrow's lesson. Have a great time, guys. All right, guys, so here we are again with reflections practice. I'm going to do a few of these and then I'm going to let you guys work the rest out on your own, so you can feel free to open up the practice file in this link so you can follow along, or you can just watch the video and do it after you watch the video. So for section 1, which is 1 through 4, we're going to do some reflections. I'm going to do 1 and 2, then I'm going to leave 3 and 4 for you guys to do. And I'm going to do the same for each section, okay? So for number 1, we have a reflection across the x-axis. So remember, your x-axis is this line right here. So if we're reflecting on that, that means we need to move these points the same distance from the x on the other side. So C is 1 jump from the x, so C prime would be right here. B is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 jumps from the x, so B prime should be 5 jumps from the x on the other side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. B prime. And A is 1, 2, 3 jumps from the x. So we're going to do 3 jumps on the other side. So 1, 2, 3. And that's your A prime. And you can connect them. Remember, I can't draw straight lines, but I'm going to try. And you have a reflected triangle. So our points now, well, our original points, let's do that. I'll do that in black. Your original points was A, B, C. Our original A was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, negative 5. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Negative 5, 3. And B, it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up and 2 negative. And C, we didn't move on our X and we went up 1 on the Y. So according to the reflection rules, when we reflect on our our x-axis, our x stays the same and the y flips signs. And if we look at it, I'm going to change it to red. So let's see. C still has an x of 0, but now the y is negative 1. Oh, I wrote that in this wrong place, guys. Sorry. A is still on negative 5, but now on a negative 3 for your y. And B is still on negative 2, but now it's a negative 5 for y. So the rules stay the same. Let's see if it does the same thing for your y-axis. So we're going to reflect against the y. Now this one's a little tricky because your y is the vertical line, right? But as you can see, this shape is kind of overlapping on it, isn't it? But have no fear, we can do it. So we're going to focus on these 3 points here first, E, F, and G. So we're going to count how many they are on the right side of the Y so we can reflect them on the left-hand side. So E is 1 jump, so E should be 1 jump over here. E prime. F is 1, 2, 3, 4 jumps away. So it should be 4 jumps on this side. So 1, 2, 3, oops. One, two, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's your F prime. G is 1, 2, 3 spaces away. So G prime should be 3 spaces on this side. And now D is on the left-hand side of the Y. So when we reflect it, it's now going to be on the right-hand side. So D is 1, 2 places away. So the new space is going to be 1, 2 right here. And I'm going to erase all of these squigglies so we can see our shapes better. Now let's connect them. And there you have it, a reflected shape. It just looks a little funky because it's a little different than what we're used to. So if we were to look at our points again, we have D, we have E, we have F, and G. D's original location was -2, 1, 2, 3, -2, 3. E's original location was 1, 5. F's location was 4, 3. And G's location was 3, 2. Now, since we reflected on the y-axis, this means our x should change signs in the reflections. Let's see. So D prime, E prime, F prime, and G prime. E prime is now, D prime is now +2, 3. E prime is -1, 5. F is -4, 3. And G prime is -3, 2. And again, all of our x's changed signs, so the rule stands true. So I want you guys to do 3 and 4. That'll be in your independent practice. And you can always pause this video, work on it, and come back. I'll post the answer key later. So for number 5 and 8, well, 5 through 8, I'm going to do the first 2. We're just going to identify the transformation as demonstrated. So it looks like this is the original image, so I'm going to shade that yellow. And this is the reflected image because it has prime points. Now, I know it was reflected, but was it reflected over your Y? Let's do another color. Was it reflected over the Y or the X? And it looks like we just took it and flipped it over. So I'm going to say this was reflected over the Y-axis. Number 6, we have, this is our original image. And this is our reflected image. And again, was it reflected over your X or your y. So it can't be the y because there is nothing over here. So it was reflected over the x-axis. And again, you guys are going to do 7 and 8 on your own. You can pause the video and do it now, or you can come back and do it at the end. It's all on your speed. So for the rest of this worksheet, I actually want you guys to think about it. So 9 through 10 asks you to express each transformation using coordinate notation, meaning, so your original coordinates are x and y. What does it change to when you reflect it over the x and when you reflect it over the y? If you go back into the notes we took, I actually did something very similar to this. So look back at those notes from yesterday, if you will. For 11 through 14, you're actually going to mark these statements true or false. So is a reflection a slide of a figure? Does a reflection result in a congruent figure? A reflection is a transformation in which an object mirrors across a line. And number 14, coordinate notation for reflection across the x-axis is x. Y becomes the opposite of x and y. And 15 is a challenge question. So I want you guys to go back through, look at this, and I will post an answer key for you. Thanks so much.